Hello and welcome to another live podcast here. I missed a few, but when you got one of your children here with all the grandkids, you get to do nothing but enjoy time with the grandkids. And that's exactly what I've been doing. And right now, they're being quiet. They're in there watching TV or on the other end of home and playing games. So I'm taking advantage of that to actually be here this evening. Got a few things I just want to go over, and then we'll go over the new tool that I have that will change what you will see in some of my videos. Starting on July the 1st, you will see the videos that I recorded when I was down in Florida with Joe. Wasn't Joe? I was on the phone with Joe earlier. Actually, Mo in Florida. I was talking to somebody else, a friend of mine I hadn't talked for years. Mojo. Mo and I had a wonderful week down there in Florida, going out and doing some repairs, running some fiber, digging some trenches, running fiber in the underground tubings. That was a blessing because it was already there. We didn't actually have to put it there. I mean, it's just being with somebody that has the same set of mind, not only just the internet, the fiber and wireless and all, just on other topics. The day goes by so fast. I mean, we start and next thing I know, it's 5, 6 o'clock and day's over. It's hard to find somebody that can hold a good conversation all day and get things done. But them videos already uploaded to YouTube, and they will go public starting July the 1st. The new tool that I have is going to be no other than Orion Tech T49. Just a good old fusion splicer. And I have been messing with this thing basically day in and day out. The splicer that I used many years ago, not when I was actually doing anything to do with internet, but I was with a friend that was a fiber installer. This was back in the 90s. And we hung out on the weekends and stuff, talking, and we messed around with some fiber, but the splicing machine that he had was 4 times as big as this thing is. It would almost install the fiber by itself. So I had to take this and actually get familiar of exactly the ins and outs, the calibrations. It does not come set for, a particular one. You got to go in there and set it to what you're going to be splicing together. And it takes quite a few times to use the fiber and get it to actually fuse it together as close as possible to perfect. When I started out, the probes were set to 100%, and it wouldn't fuse nothing together. It would just burn the ends, just roll, almost like if you take a long hair off your head and put a cigarette light to it, you see it just like a fuse, just and it'd be all scorched on the end. So I had to calibrate it and all that. But after messing with it 2 or 3 days, I got it set where I would say probably one time out of 15 or 20, it wouldn't work. And that would be a user error because the fiber wasn't set in right. One was going in, one was an angle, and the other one's this way, and it's still fused, but it was not fusing together. It put it together, but the loss in it was too high. I tried to get it no more than 0.02, and I would say probably 9 times out of 10, if not more, is 0.01, if not 0.00. So I've got pretty good at it of lining it up. Different fibers, you've got different techniques that you've got to use to get it to actually fuse together properly. So there will be some videos where I actually use this machine actually out in the field. The last one I used it on was the fiber that's feeding the RV park that I'm actually having my RV in, which made a world of difference. Instead of I do believe I got that video, one of the videos of that already up, where I was replacing the point-to-point wireless with fiber, but I didn't turn it on. I waited till the holidays and all that got passed, and when there was not many people there, and so it wouldn't be much interruption. And I got the fiber put on it, got pigtails on both ends, got it all set up and all working beautifully. Great numbers. And I can see a world of difference of quick connects and pigtails, which I knew that it would be. But the speed and all is just untouchable between the two. But if you need to splice fiber together quickly, temporary, just to get it back online until you get all your splicer and your connectors, pigtails, whatever it takes to put it together, Quick Connects is a good way to just skin back, put two ends, put a coupler or whatever it takes, and all the network is back together and running temporarily. So I do have extra of the APC and the UPC Quick Connects just in case I ever need something to put back together temporarily, because they do come in handy. It's not something that I want to leave permanent. And I got one part, the one that I ran like a 2,000 foot single line that feeds the RV park. They have Quick Connects. It's the one that I was having issue with for whatever reason, that I have it connected, drove back home, which is an hour drive. And when I got back, it says it's been offline for 45 minutes. So it went back offline 15 minutes after I left, even though I stood there watching it for 10 minutes. Then I had it on the phone looking at the equipment in the RV park, just watch it for another 5-10 minutes as I was heading home. After 10 minutes, I was like, okay, it's already been 30 minutes. It's probably going to stay. So I'll just exit out the app. Nope. I would say less than 5 minutes after I did that is when it actually went offline, my calculation of how long it's been off and the drive time. But I went back up there and found out what the reason why it actually had issues. It was the Quick Connects. I had a bad batch. So, but I still haven't went and put the good old pigtails, which this is the APC, and I'm going to put the UPCs on it, because that is what the SFP modulars that I use actually supposed to have. But right now it has the UPCs, but it has quick connects all the way through, even in the ground little I can't think of the technical name, but it's where I had a splice and I had to put a container down there and put the splice in it. For the life of me, I can't think of the tech name for that right now. It's not like a miniature vault, but it's holding. And ever since I went back up there and done that and found out after I got an email from the ones I got the quick connects from, said they had a lot of bad batches, send them back and they'll send me some new ones. And I haven't had any issues of them new ones yet. And ever since I changed them to the ones they sent me, it's been running nonstop. But it's not going to run as good until I put them pigtails on it. But I just got to get there and actually do it. And they only got 2 people in the RV park now, and I want to get up there and get it done before the new RV park gets flooded with people, and I don't want to shut everybody down. And right now, the 2 RVs that's there now work during the day. So if I can just go up there, leave here, say 9 o'clock, and get there at 10, I pretty much got till 3 o'clock to to change them out to pigtails, and I don't have to worry about me shutting it off because there's nobody there that's going to be interrupted. And that will be one video that I will be putting up. Another thing that I want to talk about is the white boxes that I've been using, been testing out, and I've had them long enough, some of them installed long enough in the heat and the cool temperatures through summer and winter. I had to find something that would keep the equipment cooler than the boxes I had previous. Didn't have any ventilation in the previous boxes. I had the fiberglass ones. I put some fans in it. It kept it a little bit cooler, maybe 8-10 degrees cooler, but still, when the sun baking right on them boxes, pretty much them fans were almost obsolete. It just wasn't able to keep it cool enough. So I moved up to metal boxes that's supposed to like repel against the heat. Didn't have any ventilation in it, but I made some holes in it, drilled some holes, like 1 inch, 1.5 inch holes, and put fans in it. And it made it a little bit cooler. But as we all know, hot air rises, and I didn't have no way to put any kind of penetration for fans at the top and keep any water from not coming in. So I started searching and I found the white boxes that had like a soffit on the top, and the inside there's a plate where you can take out and mount a 80mm fan, and it will actually pull it out from the top and blow it out the soffit of the top tap light, and it had 2 vents on the side where it will suck in the air. That got to the point where it was keeping it cool, where when I opened up on a hottest day, it was like 95, 96 degrees, and it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The outside of the box was just blistering hot. But when I opened it up and checked the backhaul modem, the WISP router, it was cool to the touch. So I'm very satisfied with them boxes. They are very diverse of keeping all the equipment nice and cool. The router I didn't really be concerned about, but that, I mean, my router um, that I had in there, I really wasn't concerned about it because that was not the device that was getting the hottest. It was the backhaul modem that was just generating heat like crazy. And if it gets overheated, I forgot what it was. The text said it was like 100 and somewhere in three digits, 112 or so. It will automatically reboot 112, 115, or something like that. Um, that it actually will reboot. And if it reboots automatically, the whole network that it's tied to is going to go down. And just happened that the location where I was at, they had one of them laser thermometers like I used to have when I did heat and air. A little shoots a little red dot where it's picking up the heat. And I came back on another hot day. It was a little bit over 95. I think it's almost 97 degrees. And it was 2 o'clock again. That's basically about the hottest part of the day. Is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And I opened that box and I had that gun and I said click, and it was reading only 91 degrees. And it was in July, the time I tested it. I said that's probably the hottest it's going to get. And I set the thermostat down to the lowest, and I think it's like 80 something, 84 maybe. I can't remember. Hey, Mo, good Sunday night to you as well. But it seems to anticipate of getting the heat that the box is generating and keeping it cool enough for it to run nice and smooth. I even contacted the backhaul provider and see if they can access it. If they had any information, they said no temperature and stuff like that. But I can't remember what temperature that thing is set to. Have to look at the. Let's see, where is it at? It's got three settings on it. I want to say it starts in the 80s. As soon as I find one where I purchased one. Oh, it's been a while since I purchased one of them, but I want to say it's 80 something. But it seems to keep everything nice and cool. I found one that's in direct sunlight. Let's see what it says it is. Um, 84. Actually, there's four settings on it. 84, 88, 92, 96. So I set it on the lowest one. And it seems to, if it's going to keep that one particular box that cool and all the components in it that cool, the rest of them are going to be a piece of cake because they're not in direct sunlight. But there will be more fiber videos coming up. Um, I'm going to try to do all fiber in every location I can get them park owners to let me. Um, there's one park that it wasn't the owner, it's like a corporation that actually brought a few of the RV parks. It was the management that was on the premises themselves. They said no. Well, that has been removed because they got fired. Now I got to go introduce myself to the new management, and let them know who I am and all, and if I can get my hands in there and get some of this fiber laid down in some places. I do believe, besides that particular RV park, I got 2 RV parks that I may be running fiber as well. One, I'm going to try to run to every RV they got. It's not a real big RV park. It's got, I think 11 RVs, because if I can get our fiber fed to all the RVs, even if it's just point to point to each one for now, I can always convert it over to a OLT because the fiber's already there. I just have to, put the pigtails on it and put the splitters on it and ready to go. I just got to be sure it's worth the investment of doing that, because, the cost of the equipment, it would take quite some time to recover that in them small parks, especially if it's only like a dozen. Because them people are always moving in and out. It's not but like 2 in there that's like almost like a permanent residence. The other ones is short term, so it's going to be, sometimes it might be only them 2 actually in there, and it might be, say, June and July and August, there might be half a dozen of people in there, and then when it gets cool weather, I've seen it where it went for 3 months, 1 month before Thanksgiving all the way through New Year's, and it was only 2 RVs in there. That's the permanent one. So it really wasn't generating enough to really recoup the cost of the equipment. But at least I can get the fiber in there and go point to point and get the wireless out of there and give them better connection of service. You just have to go from one step, fade out of wireless into the fiber, even point to point, and then you can go to OLT if it, because this one park that's only got 12 is already mentioned that they thinking of landscaping a little bit further and double, if not more, what the park is as it is right now. So it's potentially double. So then it will be more beneficial, more practical to run fiber. And there's another RV park that I'm trying to get in there. I'm able to run along the fence. It's like a U shape. The office in the middle, and go around this way and go around this way. But there's like an island in the middle that I have to get to, and they got roads, the road that goes in there and splits. So, but he hasn't said no, but he hadn't said yes. Pretty much he wants to talk about it more because he knows it'll be better and it's not costing him anything. Then I got another RV park that I mentioned it of running fiber, which would take quite a bit of time. Oh, really? A new OLT with one pond at around 200. Huh. I saw some video on YouTube that they had like a media converter, and it had a SFP, but it was actually like an OLT that you actually have to plug in the Ethernet wire and log into it. It actually had an IP that it will hand out that you can actually log into it, and you have to download this software and all of that. It's all run on a computer, which I haven't really looked at it much further than that. But as time goes, things, become multiple different ways, of devices. It's like Spectrum. They used to have a cable top box. Now they're doing away with them and going with a wireless, like a Roku box that has their app actually in it with other ones as well. So they don't even hand out cable boxes anymore. They just give you a modem, give you a router, and give you that if you want TV, and you're done. And I would have my coffee. I'm drinking good old, even though that does look dark on the screen, almost like Dr. Pepper or but that's actually tea from good old Smithfield Barbecue. We got some barbecue chicken and barbecue and hush puppies and all. It's a packaged thing that they have. The reason why I don't have coffee is because my 12-year-old coffee maker went and it went in the trash 2 or 3 days ago. And I got another one, which um, should be here tomorrow. At least Amazon says it will be. Didn't get anything fancy. It just, you put in your water, you turn on your timer, you put your coffee in. It was hard to find one that didn't cost an arm and a leg because all I want is coffee. I didn't want no espresso or anything like that. Spectrum is losing its monopoly in my town or city. They made a deal with the city that if they installed the cable wires, then they would be the only cable company in town. Interesting. And you said this is a nice one. Contact the factory and we'll test it. It will justify running fiber for small parks. Routers are combined with GPON and Wi-Fi 6 and the same. Really? Yeah, that's true. When the old technology is obsolete, it's changes the game plan. That's just like won't belong in some places this year. DSL will be discontinued. It may be say DSL is in your town, but if it's on the radar, they will not give any new clients DSL. If you have it, they'll let you keep it, but once you lose it, or if you have issues with it, you won't get it repaired and you won't get any new customers with DSL. I haven't looked up and see exactly what areas that is on the map to be pulled out. Old technology. But how many clients will that OLT run? I think it's one port is what, 125 normally on OLTs, but for $200. 128. Yeah, I knew it was 120. I thought it was 125, 128. Yeah, that. But at $200, who really cares? That is a fabulous deal. Yeah, I'll be waiting for you to test that out and give me the Mo review. but run it at 64 is the best. Yeah, you don't want to max out everything. That's just like CPEs. People want them big, want 80, 90, and 100 on the CPEs, but the CPE is the max is 100. I'm like, you don't want to max the things out. The CPU in it will be just redline all the time. That's why one reason I went up to locos, because I can actually give people some of the business packages without changing their CPE. Only have to change the air cube, because it maxes out as 100 as well, which I can just move over to the AC air cubes and be fine, which I may start just jumping over to them if I see more people want higher or the biggest package of the residential. That way it won't be overworking the CPU in it. I just have to monitor it. Yeah, AT&T and T-Mobile is really branching out. Let's see, I will post a video. It will be powered by UISP router. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see what review on that one will be. Find out what it can do. That's just like the house I used to be in the town before I moved here, where I was born and raised. We were doing good to get Spectrum, and they had bad lines down the road, except the last 3 years I was there. Now that I moved up here, one of the vaults for AT&T is at the end of my driveway, which is maybe 15 feet from the edge of the house, from my porch, if I was still there. And they're offering something like 2 or 5 gig up and down in that vault. I'm like, man, I moved too soon, but 19 years was long enough, and I didn't have no reason to stay in that town. My mother and my father had passed, and then I just want to get out and get in the country, and that's where I'm at now. And I've been trying to get the UISP software ever since last summer to upgrade to the next version. And I don't know why it would not let me do it. I even reached out to support. It should update. It should update. Well, it's not. And I just, after it was before Thanksgiving, I just like, forget it. Everything's working fine. I'm just going to let it go. Well, I thought about that like a month ago. Like, I wonder if it ever, if they ever got the bug out or whatever. So I went into it, um, and it's still same thing. It says update available, and it used to click on it. It'll go circle, 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 error. And I'm like, okay, let's try it now. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was sitting and drinking coffee, doing some paperwork and stuff. And I hit upgrade. Circle, circle. Please do not leave this page, whatever, until installing Light. Really? It took about 30 minutes for it to download and install, and not download, but download it to my UISP on their servers, and reboot and all that, and migrate everything over, and everything seems to be fine. But I don't like the layout when you see all your sites the old way, which I'm glad it got a toggle switch on there that you can turn off, and it was keep it the old view. The new layout, if I have a site that's got two towers, not all of them, some of them, and I thought maybe over time it changed, but it hasn't, even till today. It'll be like tower one, and then it'll be wireless. It has the little dots and going, and it goes under it, another square. The old layout would be a square here, dotted line, another square, side by side, not top of each other. And I thought it would change because some of the sites it goes power one, solid line because I got a fiber RAN, and then to the second tower, and then dotted line to the third one, which are side by side. But the other ones are not doing it. Don't know. But I'm just glad they got that little toggle switch and I can see my old layout. I mean, something that I could probably get used to, but I like it each location site be side by side if it's all in one place. And I read that maybe the geographic position there would be the same, and that's why, or they too close. That didn't change anything because I had one here, and then I had tower two, which was under it. I look at the GPS coordinates. I'm like, fine. I moved that thing 50 miles apart and left it there for a week. They still on top of each other. I'm like, that's not the geographic coordinates that's actually in the software making a difference, because 50 miles is not far enough. I don't know what would be. So I just put it back where it was and just if it ever changes and updates and actually gets side by side. The biggest thing I hate is sports teams making you chase them around with streaming service. Yeah, that's true. Whether you are watching, isn't that what it is? That's true. It's just like my other half, she watches WWE and they have it going all over the place. And then they got it. If you got Prime, you get on this, and it's all over the place. And some other programs that we used to watch jumps from one network to another, which is and the reason why I see that happening, and I've done research, is because the network made a deal. Okay, we'll put our games or whatever, our show on your network for price whatever for so long and all. And when that contract's up, renegotiate, and if both sides don't agree, then they won't stay. That's just like you had. I had a next door neighbor one time had I think it was Dish Network, and they were able to pick up their local channels. And at that time in that area, it was channel 3, 6, 26. Here it was in Wilmington, and they were able to pick them up through the Dish. Well, whatever network, whatever it is that held the local channels and had a contract with like Dish, it was up for renewal, and they were put out bulletins that you may lose your local channels. And for about a month, they did until they redone their agreement, and then they came back. So it's all about money. Um, if you want to be on our network, it'll cost you this. So it's just back and forth, back and forth. But I just like putting up an antenna, which I have here, pick up local channels. Got a digital antenna up, and we picking up probably 20 some channels here, and I'm getting like 37 over there at the RV. And the reason why that, because I got one of them digital antennas that I can actually rotate 360 degrees and point it and get more channels. The one I got here is one of them figure eights, and it's pointing one direction. What I get is what I get. But yeah, that's basically all I had to chat about. You'd be seeing more fiber um, getting put in with this good old sweet machine right here. It's amazing something that this small fits in my hand that will do what it can do compared to the last machine I had my hands on back in the 90s. That was, I mean, it was almost like carrying a miniature suitcase when you had to carry it. And it came with a little tray that you could sit it in and actually had wheels on it. And I haven't messed with them fiber splicers since then. And I knew eventually doing this WISP, I was going to get into doing fiber. But when I saw the machine, I'm like, how can it, do what it says it's supposed to do? That's why I'm glad I went down there and spent a week with good old Mo and put hands on, because I was looking at that particular machine as well. And sit there and splice things together and get at the end of it and see if it all works. And I've been messing with this one, getting some old fiber, cut me a 10-12 foot piece, strip it on both ends, and just tie them together. Because the fiber that I use, the what is it, the FTTH fiber to the home, when you strip that stuff, you have to do it in a certain way. You can't just take it and rip it apart. You do, it's going to curl up and it's going to be springy. And when you put it in that fiber splicer and you take it and try to get it to splice, that's fine. But when you open up and try to get a hold of that fiber, it'll shoot that way and it'll pop that fiber apart. It's kind of, you have to get a unique tech way of holding it to keep it from doing that. So when you take the messenger off the fiber, you have to be sure you pull it to the point where it will not make the fiber that you're going to use want to curl up. Keep it as flat as possible. And I got pretty good at it. I mean, like, maybe 1 out of 10, it might slip, but pretty good at it. And over time, I get better. Of course, no matter how good you get at it, one or two or more is going to still get you every now and then. It's just the way of the beast. But I'm going to try to see if I can run fiber everywhere I can. I'm even talking to one of the parks to set up a micro pop in the middle of an area that is surrounded by the road, because he don't really want much digging, but he's not as against it as much as he used to be, because he can see the benefit. And he's not letting anybody else in there, so, and we'll see how much we can get fiber in the parks. But the new park, I'm going to try to run some fiber on it too, because he has no pavement at all in there yet. And I don't know if he's going to or not. But I like to get some fiber in there before he does, in case he does. And that's where I got to take the quick connects and turn them over and convert them into pigtails. Yeah, no matter who is in there, you can compete. You have 6 fiber providers and you still run business and compete. Yeah, it's not all about fiber, cable, wireless. It's good service that you provide by that and the customer service. You put good service, you put good customer service, it don't matter how many you got in there that you got to compete with. You'll be able to get yourself right in there with no issue. If somebody has an issue, if you can resolve that issue quickly, they'll stay. I found that more people look for good service of the internet and good customer service and really don't look at the price, in my experience. I mean, I can take mine and put it down to say $50 for a connection, but the attitude that they have from me giving them good service and good customer service, answer questions as quickly as possible and fix any issues they have, I could probably put up $150 and they wouldn't even blink an eye because they know the value of it. You give somebody something with good value, they'd be very loyal and stay with you. That's my experience. And that's not just in internet, that's heating and air as well. So every business I've had, the internet, the heating, the internet, the heating and air, even the 3 years I ran a computer repair shop, even car audio, you give them good service, they come back. So don't be hesitant or discouraged or pushed back and not getting out there and do it just because there's so many providers in that area. They might all have internet in that area, but do they have good customer service when they don't have good internet? I mean, most companies can give great service of internet, but when it goes down, are you going to be able to get there and fix it as quick as possible and faster than the others can? So it's not all about giving great fast internet, it's customer service. And sometimes that goes further than the internet that, that you're providing, because they know it may go down, but they know they don't have to wait to get that repaired. They know that you just a phone call away or open up a ticket. I even had some that they said, yeah, the internet wasn't working when we left Wednesday. It wasn't working Wednesday morning. We didn't leave until that night. Why didn't you call me? Or, open a ticket. Oh, we'll be back on Saturday. And we know if, when we open up a ticket, you're pretty much going to be right there, within 24 hours and fix it anyway. So they knew that when they open that ticket, I try to fix it usually within 24 hours. I try to keep internet no longer than 24 hours down. If that's the whole network or each individual. It's just that customer service that they appreciate. But that's all I had is just a little bit of what Mo and I had going on down there. And them videos will start on July the 1st. There'll be a few fiber videos before then and after that's already up and scheduled. But I appreciate each and every one of you coming by and hanging out. and I'm going to try my best, but life, happens. Um, I didn't expect the grandkids and all be here, but they wanted to come over, so we decided to let them stay for a couple weeks, and it might be a little bit longer now, but that's all right. I got some APs I got to go put in at the RV park that's at the beach. Get the APs up on the bath houses so I can balance out the CPEs. I don't have any of them maxed out, even not even close, but I don't want to put, more 50-60% of what the load it can handle. That's pretty much what I keep them at. So I got to go put, I've already got the box, got the J pole, and I do believe I got the point to point receiver, the station up on the pole, and the AP. I just haven't got the power to it and ran the wires to the AP or the station radio yet. But I'm going to see if I can get that done this week. But you won't see that until sometime late of July, because that's when I'm going to actually put the videos up in there. But you'll have 2 videos per week, pretty much from here until the end of July, at least for now. That's already up and loaded, just scheduled. And this is when it's getting ready to get busy. This month, next month, and the month after. Try to keep you content coming every week, and hopefully I can be here on Sundays. But until next week, thank you for coming by. And if you're thinking about becoming an internet provider, don't let things stop you. There's plenty of places that needs internet. Even if it's already got internet, it needs better customer service with the internet. And Mo, keep me posted on how that new OLT is working out. Might be something I want to get a hold of. I don't know. Never know until I see it. See you next week.